I'd like to invite all of our spokespeople back on stage now, David Tyler, David Wilson and Nick Davis. Please. So we appreciate everyone sitting on stage to answer your questions today. Just want to remind people that we're here today to talk about the titles, to talk about GoldenEye 007 and James Bond Bloodstone. So if you keep your questioning in line with that, that would be much appreciated. We've got MI6 agents outside who will see to you if you don't. Obviously, we've got roving mics in the audience, so if you have a question, please raise your hand and wait for one of our guys to give you the mic. And before asking the question, we'd be really grateful if you could introduce yourself and your publication. Thank you very much. So, over to you, questions.
Lots of questions.
Yes, sir.
Hi, my name is Marco. I come from Italy. Max is the magazine. I have two questions for Miss Jo Stone. I would like to ask you, what did you think when you saw, I mean, your virtual self, your virtual character, and then what is special about the Bond songs? I mean, how did you prepare for this?
Oh man, Bond songs are amazing. They've always been amazing. They've always been very, very grand and massive. I mean, it's not, like I said, it's not something that I usually do. I'm usually like a little bit more chill. All right, I'll scream a little bit. But they really, you know, they create amazing pieces with orchestras and timpanis and crazy things like that. So I love Bond songs, always. And you asked me, what was it like to see in the game? It's kind of cool. It's really cool, actually. I've never seen myself like that. So, yeah, very, very cool.
Next.
So many questions to be asked.
No questions, really? Yes.
Hello, it's Adam Rosser from BBC Radio 5. Joss, were you disappointed with the ordinariness of the name? Because Bond girls normally have such outlandish names.
I didn't actually think about that, but now I am. No, okay. No, I like her name. Don't you talk about her name. It's lovely. It's better than Joss.
It's a bit predatory.
Yeah, I think it's good. It's strong. Yes. I'm going to stick with that. Random question.
Next.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, yes, sir.
Hi, Dave Cook, Now Gamer. How much of a challenge was it to ensure that all the different gameplay mechanics, you know, the shooting, the driving, and the speedboat chase and whatnot, all sort of melded together in a way that was fluid and didn't sort of interrupt the pace of the game? How difficult was it to sort of bring all those elements together and make them all fit, basically?
So I think the question is, how difficult was it to bring all these elements together in one? Driving, hand-to-hand combat, gunplay, and that's directed at Nick.
Yeah, it was incredibly difficult, but we've got quite a heritage to preserve on the racing side of things. We've done third-person games before, but what we took from talking to the guys at Eon and Danjak was they're obviously experts in the pacing of movies. We talked to the stunt coordinators. We've dealt with all the guys who made movies. So we tried to bring a cinematic pace into the game. So we looked at each of the sequences. With Bruce involved, we made sure that the flow of them fit and the pace of them fit into the game. So when you've analysed that and you've got that pace set up in your structure with the guys who are the experts, then we can go in and kind of blend that in. So yeah, it's a difficult ask, but a game such as Bond deserves to have all these elements within it. It has to have the girls, it has to have the driving, the action. So as a challenge as it was, it's something that had to be done, and we just had to kind of rise to the challenge to do that.
I think Nick is being a little modest here because in fact, one of the things I think is really exciting about this particular game is that there's a very fluid movement between hand-to-hand combat and shooting, which I think they've done in an exemplary way, and I personally haven't seen before, and thought that was really, really exciting. So overall, I mean, the pacing is a very difficult thing to juggle, but I think as you can see from the clips a little bit, you know, you can move seamlessly from one to the other, and I think it makes the game more exciting because as a secret agent, you have to make choices that have consequences, and it makes you think about how you're going to deal with the situation. I mean, you can go in guns a-blazing, but that's not always a very good idea. And so this game really kind of heightens that tension and that drama, I think, in a new way.
Yes.
Jo Stone, I want to ask you, what do you think about Bond girls? I mean, what is special being a Bond girl? Because I think that, being a woman, maybe you have a different perspective about Bond girls. And if you can go deeper about the making of the game, because you've been an actress before.
Yeah.
And is it different being an actress for a movie? And if you can tell us a little bit more about the
It's
making of.
definitely different. I mean, it's a voiceover, really. I mean, they're kind of doing the acting for me. They're making her run around and do things like that. But yeah, no, it's just a voiceover, and I worked with a lovely lady that helped me kind of get through it. She's like the director, if you like. You know, I don't really do a lot of acting, but I've done some, and it is a lot of fun, but it's very visual, you know, it's all about how you move and, you know, your confidence in that. Whereas it was just my voice, and that's what I've been used to using for my whole life. So it's kind of more comfortable in a way. It feels like it was more comfortable. You know, it's exciting, it's good. And your first question was? Oh, right. It's so special to be a Bond girl. Everything about it is. It's amazing. I mean, every girl, every woman, all around the world, not just in England, it's just really cool. I mean, it's a nice thing to be asked to do. Very, very nice. I'm actually quite shocked that they asked me. Of all people, why me? I don't know. But hey, I'm just going to shut up and take it. Thanks. Yeah, because I'm hard as nails. That's clearly why.
Next. We've got a few questions in the middle.
Hi, Blair MacDonald from NTSC UK. Can I just ask where Bloodstone fits into the overall Bond timeline?
The overall Bond timeline?
Yeah, in terms of Quantum of Solace is just finished, production's been halted on Bond 23.
Well, it's a new story, so it doesn't relate to the other stories except to say that there are familiar characters in there, and there's a certain amount of production value and set pieces that are in keeping with the franchise. But the story is an original story that does not pick up from those other stories. And
So
in terms of timeline, if you're talking about the story timeline, then it's unrelated. In terms of timeline in general, I mean, these are games we've been working on for some time, and so we just wanted to release them when they were at their best, looking their best. So it's different from the film franchise.